Good evening. Here's our top stories. Renowned Guyanese gospel artiste is singing praise for spared life. If they did not know I was traveling, that is their fault. Those were the sentiments of Mayor Patricia Chase Green. A police detective is accused of renting out his gun, the gun that may have killed a popular money changer. In the region, Dominica looks to make a tourism comeback after Hurricane Irma.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Ramville Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel. Join us. Guyana's newly minted criminals are proving to be bold, cruel, and just plain disrespectful. Early this morning, a gunman robbed Guyanese gospel icon Kester Dean. But Esther Sobers explains that the story had a surprising twist.
No one in Guyana is exempt from being robbed. It doesn't matter your age, race, financial status, place or residence, or in this case, even if you are a religious leader. The well-known gospel singer and promoter Kester D was robbed in the wee hours of Wednesday morning after he returned home from his workplace at the studios of 94.1. In the singer's Facebook post earlier today, he explained that he had just returned home from work about 12:45 hours and had driven into his yard when he heard his two dogs barking ferociously. Dean, whose stage name is The Fireman, said upon looking around he noticed a man masked with what seemed to be a red and black rag pointing a gun at him. He asked, "Where is the money?" I replied, "I have no money. All I have is my computer and 2 phones." The thief took those. The robber also asked for Dean to take off his wedding band and another gold and silver ring which he was wearing. The ring has the initial KD. Dean said the bandit also asked for his wallet and he told him that he did not have one. The thief then asked Dean to empty his pockets. The gospel entertainment promoter explained that during the ordeal, his teenage son came into the yard to check on him, and the gunman pointed a gun at his son and threatened him. His son returned inside. Dean said the same thing was repeated when the tenants of the upper flat of the house opted to come down the stairs and inquire what was taking place. The gunman managed to escape with the singer's computer, important documents, and external hard drives, among other things. However, one would say it must be the grace of God. The gospel singer said that he called one of his phones that was stolen. The gunman had answered and apologized for robbing him. Kester D noted that the gunman was very apologetic after he discovered the items belonged to him. To his surprise, the gunman told Kester D that he would return his computer and documents at a particular spot, in which he later did. I'm Esther Sobers, reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Esther. Mayor Chase Green said she is surprised that the council is questioning her recent trip to China. She said that the minutes should have reflected that she informed them of her impending trip. More from Wendell Jeffrey.
Mayor Chase Green said that she is very surprised that the council is questioning the trip to China, which she made with some others. She said that the minutes should reflect that she had informed the councillors of her impending trip.
I didn't do anything in secret. Look at the 16th of October minutes, and you will see it there. So I'm surprised. Even at my last statutory meeting, and I hope it should have been recorded, not this one that I was absent from, but the one before, that we have accepted the invitation for future. I even mentioned at that meeting that I have accepted, on the request of the president of the Guyana Association of Municipalities, an invitation to go to Malta for a Commonwealth local government conference to deal with women empowerment, women in authority, and local government, a whole local government thing. I also said that.
By the council, but rather by the people of China. She said that only the travel allowances and per diems were paid by the council. Chase Green added that she chose the persons who went with her because that was her call to make.
The only thing this council will be asked to give, and the persons that are going on that committee, and I said I choose who I want to go with, will be myself, because the president could not go, and I'm the treasurer, and he asked me to go. And we met at the level of the Guyana Association of Municipalities, and they voted unanimously that I attend. It will be myself and Ms. Sherry Jerrick, Assistant Town Clerk, who is the technical officer to the Guyana Association of Municipalities.
She said that when she heard that the deputy mayor, Lionel Jaikaran, was ignorant of her trip, she was the most surprised.
And I said to him, I'll be out of the jurisdiction, and I'm asking you to do the wreath-laying ceremony on Sunday morning and to carry the meeting on Monday. Lo and behold, I read in the papers the deputy mayor said he only hear about it but the deputy mayor is often absent. I don't know if he doesn't read his minutes and his agenda when he gets it. But again, the blame comes to me.
The mayor said that she is transparent given that she does nothing that is not first brought to the council.
And I'm ready to stand and shoulder it, because there's nothing that I do in this council that is not brought to this council. If councillors are not keen enough to listen and decides that they got a personal grievance against something, I'm not here for any personality. I'm here to manage the city of Georgetown. I'm here to deal with the people who voted for me. I want to see a better life as was promised by this government to them.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Food for the Poor Guyana is partnering with the village of Kumaka in Region 10. More in this report. The village of Kumaka Mines in Region 10 has now leapt into the 21st century thanks to Food for the Poor Guyana. The Guyanese chapter of the American NGO commissioned the Kumaka Resource Center this past Saturday. The Kumaka Resource Center is a one-story concrete building consisting of a library, water trestle, sanitation facilities, desktop computers, a 32-inch television set, sewing machines, and an information technology corner. CEO of Food for the Poor Guyana, Kent Vincent, explained the importance of this building for the youth of the community.
With this project, we expect that the overall performance of students will improve as they will have better access to learning resources, including the computers. I understand that Wi-Fi will be installed in the near future. Residents will have access to training programs to enhance their skills and to make them more employable. This project we expect to have a positive impact on income of families, as the children will no longer have to travel to Linden, incur a cost to go down there for their reading and other learning resources.
The village was not chosen at random as the location for the center. In fact, it was the brainchild of a U.S.-based Guyanese who was raised in Kumaka.
This project had its beginning when a former resident of the community, now resident in the USA, employed by Food for the Poor in Florida, visited the community again, I think it was last year, and seeing that there was a lack of educational opportunities, here in the region, she engaged our Georgetown office and then returned to the USA to begin raising funds to help the community here.
Residents of the community also encouraged Food for the Poor and the central government to continue to support the development of Kumaka, as it is a central community for several surrounding villages. Coming up after the break, the mayor is suggesting that councilors wait for their Christmas payments, and the gun that killed Godfrey Shipio might have been rented out by a police. Stay with us.
Are you running out of ideas of what gift to buy? Scared of getting the wrong size or color or something they already have? Why not try a gift certificate from John Lewis Styles? Available in any dollar value and can be used towards clothing, shoes, and accessories. Let the person choose exactly what they want and they'll definitely be happy. Gift certificates can also be used as employee bonuses, sales incentives, and office gift exchanges. So try our gift certificates today. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Season's greetings from Kisu's Furniture Store.
For one night only.
Serious as if you get diarrhea in a foreign country.
Sunday the 19th of November, Giftland Mall.
If this is a new invention, black Kool-Aid. And couple dry biscuit you giving me? Watch him.
Baby, you can't give Kool-Aid money and expect coffee.
It's the best of nothing to laugh about.
Tickets
available at Giftland Mall, Nigel Supermarket, Payless Variety Store, Gizmos and Gadgets, Somar, and the Igloo Outlet at Providence. Sponsored by Giftland Department Store and Sterling Products Limited.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Thank you for staying with us. Mayor Patricia Chase Green is suggesting that the councilors wait for their monthly payments, given that the city is broke. The mayor was reminded that the city already owes the councilors money. More from Wendell Jeffrey.
Mayor Chase Green, fresh back from her trip to China, is adamant that given the indebtedness of the mayor and city council, workers of the city council must be paid before the councillors.
For next month, be paid last. The workers must be paid first. They must be enjoying a Christmas because we're in a tight schedule right now. And as soon as we pay for October, we have to look at November salary.
When asked about the other city administrators, including the town clerk, being paid after the other workers, the mayor said that she cannot speak for all the administrators.
I cannot include the administration. I am representing councillors, and that is my proposal for councillors. The town clerk must determine if he is going to wait last for his salary, and the administration will determine that. I cannot determine that.
The mayor said that she's placing the onus on the councillors to abide by her recommendations. She said that the word on the street is that the workers of the municipality are going hungry, and if that is the case, then the councillors need to wait to be paid after the regular workers.
I am saying, as councillors, if we are committed and we are caring that the workers are going hungry, we must agree that we be paid last. They must be paid first.
Longtime PNC stalwart and councillor Oscar Clark said that while he agrees with the staggered payment suggestion, he has some clarifications and reminders.
Councillors get a stipend. Councillors don't get paid. Councillors get a stipend. And the stipend that councillors get is not a reward for the work that they do.
Clark said that the stipend they receive is to offset the cost that they incur from traveling around their constituencies and for coming to meetings. He went on to remind the mayor that the councillors are owed significant amount of money. He pointed an accusing finger at the mayor, reminding her that she was fully aware of the monies that are owed to the councillors.
But there are outstanding monies, which you yourself referred to, for councillors for years that haven't been paid yet, and you know it. So we have outstanding monies which councillors should be given, but those monies have not yet been paid, and we don't complain about it. I mean, some people do. And you know, Madam Mayor, you know there's some of the people who do, because they call you.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Another police rank is accused of facilitating a crime. A constable who works as a detective is under investigation for renting out his gun. But what is more shocking is what the gun was used for. More from Esther Sobers.
It appears as though some police ranks are involved in criminal activities rather than protecting citizens of Guyana. In an ongoing investigation, detectives have detained a police intelligence rank who allegedly loaned his handgun to the individual who last month shot and killed Godfrey Saga CPU. Last month, the popular Burby's car park vendor was robbed of his gold chains and killed as he exited a hotel. Some sources related that the police constable was taken into custody yesterday as he was grilled about the whereabouts of the firearm. He is said to be a friend of the accused who has been charged with the murder. CPO 58 of D. Durban Street, Workmanville, was shot in the chest and relieved of a gold chain on October 12 last. Shortly after leaving the hotel in Kitty, he later succumbed at the Woodlands Hospital. Police have since charged Aubrey Bob, 26, of Kitty, Georgetown, with CPO's murder. I'm Esther Sobers reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Esther. One man shares the story of allegedly being falsely accused by the police for narcotics trafficking. More from Esther Sobers.
One man shares his story of allegedly being falsely accused by police for narcotics trafficking. Today, Clive Shelby, a father of three and businessman of 244 Kurukuru Sousdike, Linden Highway, recounted his encounter with police ranks.
I was at home on the 10th of February 2017 where the police was on patrol. They ran into my business place, proceed through. It was a flock of them on a raid. They run a set of people through my yard. I already running through, reach out to know what was going on with the police, with the running through my yard, exiting my brother's house, and the police all held on to me, searched me, found my remote in my pocket, didn't find anything on me. Sent one of his colleagues, ended up saying that he saw one of the guys drop something.
He further stated that one of the policemen had found the illegal drugs and decided to accuse him of being the owner of the drugs.
They didn't find anything. They didn't find anything on me, with me, nor in my shop, but they just held on to me and locked me up, bring me to court. The court find the state.
Did they try to find out who the men were in the shop that ran away? They did anything like that?
Yeah, they actually asked me when they held me by my brother's house, who is where the person that run, right? Where the rest of people them were run, because it's a raid, right? So when I push out, it's like indeed people pass through before I push out, because I hear you running through. But when I reach out there, it's the police them I apprehend, right? So it's like they asked me where the guys are running. I said I don't know, and they say one of the colleagues said the guys have dropped something, and he go back and pick it up and held on to me and say, well, it's mine.
Shelby said that he was charged and incarcerated for over a month at the Timeri station. He was then placed on bail. Even though he continued to plead his innocence and his non-involvement in the incident, he was labeled as a drug trafficker. After several months of having this negative accusation hanging over his head, Shelby went to court to know his fate. He made his court appearance at the Providence Court last Friday.
The police, they give conflicted statement from both sides, and it make the case complicated because they were lying.
Shelby is now thankful for the involvement of his lawyer, Melvin Duke, whom he said fought for his innocence. The case was dismissed by the judge, who found the police stories with too many inconsistencies. Though Shelby's case was dismissed by the judge, he noted that the standard penalty, if found guilty for narcotics, is an automatic 3 years in prison. The father of 3 had these statements to share with the police officers who framed him and those responsible for the protection of the general public. Insert, I'm Esther Sobers reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
What I'm saying, the police, they're not doing the duty in the right way, because they're not executing the duty in the right way, because they just run upon a raid and just hold somebody because they need to make a charge upon somebody. They don't need to waste the time at no time. So they need to ensure that they take someone with them.
Thanks, Esther. Coming up after the break, Guyana and Venezuela are not making significant progress on the border dispute. And internationally, President Robert Mugabe is under house arrest after he tried to have his wife run the country. Stay with us.
Season's greetings from Kisu's Furniture Store.
Are you running out of ideas of what gift to buy? Scared of getting the wrong size or color or something they already have? Why not try a gift certificate from John Lewis Styles? Available in any dollar value and can be used towards clothing, shoes, and accessories. Let the person choose exactly what they want and they'll definitely be happy. Gift certificates can also be used as employee bonuses, sales incentives, and office gift exchanges. So try our gift certificates today. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go. Thank you for staying with us. Guyana and Venezuela have been locked in a border issue since 1899, but this century-long dispute may come to an end before 2018. More in this report. Guyana and Venezuela have been in a state of disagreement over their mutual border since 1899. With the intention of settling the century-old border dispute, the two nations entered into the Good Office's mediation process in 1990. 27 years later, and it seems that little progress has been made towards an amicable solution. Unfortunately, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Carl Greenidge, isn't allowed to divulge much regarding the process.
That we are in a situation where we are not at liberty to report on the progress of the meeting. So you will have received from me from time to time an indication that a meeting has taken place or is about to take place. And also, most recently, that a meeting is about to take.
Additionally, Minister Greenidge advised the media to take similar caution when reporting about the process.
If you are interested in Guyana, if you're interested in a resolution of the problem, you have a responsibility as journalists to pay attention to accuracy and to know what it is you're writing about, not to mix things up, which is what I saw in the recent report.
While much cannot be said about the specifics, one thing is certain. This round of talks, spanning almost 3 decades, ends sometime next month. If the two sides cannot come to an agreement, the International Court of Justice may be the entity to finally end the dispute. Now we take a look at the region. Dominica is pushing to have their tourism sites up and running for the upcoming tourist season in January. Dominica was badly damaged by Hurricane Irma. More from the Dominica Government Information Service.
The Ministry of Tourism has been engaged in a number of stakeholder meetings over the last few weeks. At a press briefing on Monday, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Karen Prevost, commented that following reports of stakeholders stating that they can be ready to accommodate the cruise season within the next 60 days, the Ministry of Tourism has engaged in discussions with major cruise lines.
Our tour operators and service providers have indicated to us that within 60 days that they can be ready to accommodate the cruise sector. And in that regard, we have written to, the minister has written to all of the major cruise lines, indicating that we are in the process of making ourselves ready for January 1st to accommodate cruise lines back to Dominica.
The Permanent Secretary stated that in that regard, the ministry is currently engaged in an aggressive site rehabilitation plan.
We are currently engaged in an aggressive site rehabilitation plan. So by November 1st, we would have completed an assessment of all of our sites and prepared a comprehensive site rehabilitation plan from the Ministry of Tourism. To date, the only sites that we have not fully assessed are the sites in the southeast because of access, but we have visited all of our major ecotourism sites, our community tourism sites, our yachting and other coastal and marine resources. Post our assessment, we have sat with the stakeholders to identify the priority sites. So the tourism task force has actually highlighted to us the sites that they believe would be priority, particularly as it relates to cruise and yachting.
And internationally, Zimbabwe's leader Robert Mugabe and his wife have been detained by the military in a bloodless transition of power. More from the BBC.
This morning, a Twitter account belonging to the country's ruling party claimed the 93-year-old and his family were being detained and are safe, both for the constitution and the sanity of the nation. It claimed that the elderly president had been taken advantage of by his wife, Grace, who had been seen as a possible successor to her husband. Former Vice President Emmerson Mnangagwa, 75, a veteran of Zimbabwe's 1970s liberation wars who was sacked by Mugabe earlier this month, has returned from exile and has been named ZANU-PF's new interim president. Last night, Zimbabwe's military stormed the country's national broadcaster studios to declare it is targeting criminals amid fears of a coup after reports of explosions and gunfire in the capital.
Assure the nation that His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade R.G. Mugabe, and his family are safe and sound, and their security is guaranteed. We are only targeting criminals around him who are...
Finance Minister Ignatius Chombo, a leading member of the so-called G40 faction of the ruling ZANU-PF party, led by Mugabe's wife Grace, had also been detained by the military, a government source said. The U.S. Embassy in Zimbabwe had ordered employees and U.S. citizens in the African nation to take cover and seek shelter on Tuesday after gunfire was heard near the home of the 93-year-old president, sparking fears of an armed military takeover. Soldiers stormed the headquarters of state broadcaster ZBC in the early mornings of Wednesday. 2 members of staff and a human rights worker told Reuters as staff complained they were manhandled by the military members. After taking control of the station, the military released a statement which denied a coup was underway, adding that Mugabe and his family were safe and sound and their security is guaranteed.
Here now is your 7-day weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Wednesday evening, the 15th day of November 2017. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock for another installment of the news. On the behalf of our news and technical teams, I'm George Gonzalez, wishing you a wonderful Wednesday evening.